Peace and blessings be on you. I am launching a new channel with this first video today. Now I'm actually a mathematics professor. I got my PhD from Purdue University and now teach at University of Louisiana. However, I'm deeply interested in religion and spirituality. Now, many people consider these two ideas to be quite different from each other, but in my view, true religion and spirituality always go hand in hand, and this is something I will talk more about during my videos. Now, the basic starting point of my videos will be this book of mine that I wrote a few years ago. I got it copyrighted, but only self-published, 50 copies of it, sold some of them and gave some of them as presents. This is one of the last surviving copies that I have. In this book, I answer 25 very intriguing questions about religion. And these are the kind of questions which most of us have while we are growing up, but they rarely get answered to our satisfaction by the people around us, even religious scholars. At least most of them are unable to answer them. Let me start by showing you the list of the 25 questions. So I will share the screen. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Number one, what is the logical proof of existence of God? What is the proof of the fact that the Creator has sent many messengers on this earth? What is the logical proof of life after death? If the Creator is so merciful, then why is there so much suffering? People have different capabilities and possessions, then how can we logically justify the justice of the Creator? If fate is predetermined, then how are we responsible for our actions? What are angels and what is the proof of their existence? How do you logically explain the presence of so many religions in the world? What is the proof of the fact that there is just one Creator? What is the logical proof of the fact that the Creator is very forgiving? If God is so forgiving, then why will there be hell? What are miracles and how do we logically explain them? How do you logically prove that religion must be logical? How do you explain the inconsistency of religious principles with social principles? How do you logically prove that it is better for mankind to submit to religious teachings than to follow their own desires in case there is a conflict between the two? How do you logically prove that revolution is necessary? How do you logically prove that violence against other religions is against the teachings of a true religion? How can we logically prove that people are born good and innocent? How do we resolve the apparent contradiction between what we proved in question 1 and what the atheists claim to have proved? what is Satan and what is the proof of its existence? What is the logical proof of the fact that paradise is forever while hell will eventually come to an end? What is the logical proof of the fact that Darwin's concept of blind evolution is wrong? How do you logically prove that women should dress up very modestly? How is it logical to believe in the unseen? What is the proof of the fact that this universe will come to an end one day? Now, I shall be going over these questions one by one, but if you happen to have some questions of your own during this time, then you can let me know in the comments below. And if they sound interesting enough to me, I will be happy to make additional videos about them. Now, before I get into the first question, let me mention that I had always been interested in religion ever since my childhood. Until my mid-teens, I was sure that the religion and denomination in which I was born were the correct ones, and all other religions and denominations were wrong. This is what my parents had told me, and so did the religious scholars around me. But then in my late teens, it hit home one day that parents and scholars of all religions say the same things to their children. And since many of the ideas that different denominations teach are contradictory, so someone has to be wrong. And I am not necessarily right just because my parents and my scholars say so. So I started realizing that any spiritual truth out there must stand the test of universal logic and rationality, which all sane and open-minded human beings have in common. And each one of us should do an independent spiritual research and not just stick to the beliefs that were handed over to us as children. So in my early 20s, I started a very serious religious research to find out which, if any, is correct religion, correct denomination. In fact, my research started from very scratch, which means that I wanted to know that is there even a correct religion at all? It's possible that all of them may be wrong. And does a God really exist, as all major religions claim? This book of mine was actually written more than a decade after my serious research first started. As to what happened in the intervening years and where my research led to is a long story and may be revealed to some extent during our journey together in these videos. Now, one thing which many of you might find quite unique is that nowhere in my book do I disclose my current religion or denomination, and I plan to keep this secret for as long as I can, even on this channel. So how then did I even survive through the book that I wrote? Well, while I answer the first question of the book, which will happen in the next video, I will also throw some light on this question. God bless you.